Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Upcycled Adulting, where I am here to help you grow to accomplish your goals, create healthy habits, and overcome obstacles. Today is Small Step Saturday. Small Step Saturday is where I will share a small step with you that will have a big impact in your life, or I will take something you're working on and really simplify and streamline it and turn it into small steps. Today, I'm going to be talking about morning routines. A lot of you have probably been working on your morning routine. Every single place I look, I keep seeing things about the miracle morning and creating the perfect morning routine and how to avoid decision fatigue by using morning routines and how to create new habits using morning routines. And let me just tell you, it is a lot. So today I'm going to share my 3 secrets to creating your ideal morning routine. Now, here are some things that you might want to know about me because if you're anything like me, morning routines are really challenging and problematic for you. One is I am a busy mom. I have 5 kids. They're all grown now, but as I was working on this when they were younger, oh my. And the hard deadline of getting them off to school and dealing with all of that, yikes. I also am a night owl. And that means mornings are really hard for me. I am not a morning person at all. In addition to that, I have some neurodiversity going on. And so I struggle with certain executive function things. And in the morning, it's a million times worse because I feel like no matter how I slept or when I went to bed or when I woke up, I'm not fully alert and awake in my brain until like 11 or 12 o'clock. And y'all, that doesn't work. That doesn't work if you have a job. That doesn't work if you have kids. Okay. And if you are a working mom, oh, forget it. Having a way to create a morning routine that is actually functional in your life is a big deal. But a lot of the ways that we're taught to create a morning routine really aren't compatible with being a mom, being a working mom, being neurodivergent, or being a night owl, right? It's not about, for those of you who aren't night owls and haven't turned this off yet, it's not about just going to bed earlier or just setting your alarm earlier or just creating that sleep hygiene habit where you go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. My energy is different throughout the day. It just is. So whenever people talk about that 2 p.m. crash, night owls a lot of times don't experience a 2 p.m. crash. We don't. And a lot of times we have a burst of energy at 9 o'clock at night. And it's not because of our sleeping habits, it's just how we're wired. And just to put this out there, y'all know how I like to talk about how certain things are innate. This is innate. Okay. The survival of our species was dependent upon the fact that some of us are wired to have more energy and be more alert at night. This is how, when we lived in communal living, we would be safe because those who were more alert and had more energy at night could actually watch over and protect the community while others slept. This is actually natural. Okay. So, for all the night owls out there who've been shaming themselves for years, I just want you to know this is natural. So, what are the 3 secrets to creating a morning routine? For moms, for working moms, for night owls, for neurodivergent people, okay? For all the people who just can't do that documented morning routine that every guru out there is sharing right now. Number 1 secret is that if your morning routine is extended, okay, meaning if you're adding more things to your morning routine, the first thing you need to do is get up a little bit earlier, meaning do this gradually. Change the time you wake up gradually. A lot of us have read books or seen advice about creating a morning routine, and we look at it and we're like, that's an hour. I need to now get up an hour earlier. Okay, spoiler alert, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. If you want to make an adjustment, you need to do it gradually. I understand that, especially for night owls, you've been told over and over again that if you just set your alarm for an hour earlier, that you'll be tired at night and you'll go to bed and you'll just be able to do this over and over. And eventually this will become natural for you. I'm going to just tell you that that's not going to happen. What will happen though is you'll get less and less sleep. The average American gets about 5 hours of sleep a night. They have just linked lack of sleep to heart disease, diabetes, listen, multiple serious chronic illnesses. Not to mention that it is also connected to difficulty with cognitive function and judgment, and it makes you more likely to have accidents or injuries. And it's damaging to your immune system. Seriously. Okay. Nobody's going to do that. We will not automatically reprogram ourselves doing that. We need to make it more gradual, and we need to be more patient with ourselves in that process. Likewise, secret number 2, we're only going to add one new thing to our morning routine at a time. Okay. One new thing. It's too much change. If you've decided that in the new year, you're going to wake up an hour earlier and you're going to work out, journal, meditate, shower, brush your teeth, get ready for work, eat breakfast. Okay. Those are the things you're going to do. Currently, all you do is brush your teeth and wash your face. It's not happening. It's too much. Your brain will reject this as an overwhelming amount of change, and you will not be able to stick to it. Not to mention, again, that you're going to need to get up so much earlier to do all of that. Okay. So rather than that, what you're going to do is pick one thing and focus on adding that in. Now, listen, if the one thing is a half an hour workout, what you're going to do is wake up 10 minutes earlier until you have started getting up a half an hour earlier. So pick short workouts. YouTube is a wealth of workouts. So if you want to start exercising, instead of going out and saying, oh, I'm going to work out for half an hour a day in my morning routine, what you're going to do is you're going to wake up 10 minutes earlier tomorrow. You're going to put on your shoes and your workout clothes, and you're going to stretch for 5 minutes. That's it. Or you're going to take the dogs for a walk to the end of the block. That's it. Okay. Then once you're feeling pretty comfortable with that routine, you are getting up early because, by the way, 30 days does not create a habit. That is actually dishonest. That's not true. When you feel comfortable, when you feel like, oh, this isn't really very difficult for me, I got this. And by the way, that's not going to be a week because you're super excited. Then tack on another 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Add a little bit more to that workout. As you're getting in that 20 to 30 minute range, start looking on YouTube for exercise videos if that's how you plan to exercise, right? If you're planning on heading to the gym, you need to consider the drive time. So you'll need to make the adjustment back a little bit more and a little bit more until you have enough time to drive to the gym, do your workout, drive home. All right. This is one of the reasons a lot of times I recommend people work out from home, especially if you are not much of a morning person, is just because that commute time can really actually get in the way, right? It's like the weather is bad. I don't want to leave my house. I don't have time to drive to the gym. There are all kinds of things that you can do, including just simply going for a walk. Okay. So secret number 2 is you're going to add one thing at a time. And you're going to add that thing gradually if it requires a lot more time in your morning routine. All right. If you want to add body brushing to your morning routine, which I have done that, it takes about 5 minutes. It's okay. You can add that and not have to worry about making this time adjustment because it's something that's pretty quick. But if you're adding journaling or if you're adding going to the gym or exercise, it's going to need this time adjustment. If you're adding meditating, by the way, I think that this is just an important thing to say right here. If you're adding meditating, if you're a night owl and you meditate in the morning, this could be actually challenging or problematic for you. One, make sure you get out of bed to do it. But 2 is you also might fall back asleep. So consider whether that's the best time for you to meditate. But if you are meditating, it's important to know that 5 to 10 minutes of meditating is plenty, unless you're a monk. Okay, in which case you're not watching this video. Because that is actually a lot. A lot of times we get really frustrated with ourselves if we can't make it past 2 minutes without having distracting thoughts and things like that. That's actually normal. Okay. People talk about, oh, I meditate for 15 minutes. That is very unusual. So I was talking to my therapist a long time ago, and she said, if you can meditate for 2 minutes, that is a very serious accomplishment. Okay. It is a serious accomplishment. It is not an easy thing to do. Then my third step, my third secret to creating a morning routine is this. Ready? Set yourself up for it the night before. Okay. This is so important for working moms and night owls in particular. This is essential. Set yourself up for your morning routine the night before. One, I'm going to talk about bedtime routines because that's the best way to set yourself up for a solid morning routine. So look for my video about bedtime routines because you definitely want to check that out as well. The bedtime routine will set you up for a restful night's sleep so that you can wake up in the morning and feel refreshed. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're not setting yourself up for success in your morning routine. All right. In addition to that, do things like if you have a workout in your morning routine, leave your shoes out, leave your clothes out, pick out your kids' clothes the night before, prep breakfast, prep lunch. I like to make a batch that is, this is what I'm having for breakfast all week. This is what I'm having for lunch, because that way I don't have to think about it and I don't have to cook or prep or any of that. It's already done for me, right? I highly recommend you do the same. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out my meal planning video, and I go through and explain all of that, talk about exactly how to create a meal plan. I create a month-long meal plan, but I also go through how to create a weekly meal plan, things like that. Also, just so you know, your kids can pack their own lunches. Your husband can pack his own lunch. Okay, your partner can pack their own lunch. Anybody who's old enough to be in school can participate in packing their own lunch and learn how, which might take a little bit more time up front, but it's worth it in the long run. Set yourself up for morning success the night before by getting extra rest, by putting things out, by minimizing the decisions you're going to need to make in the morning for yourself. And if you're a mom, set it up for your kids so that you don't have to navigate those decisions either. I do a lot of work around this. Again, I'm going to share. If you haven't checked out the mailbox system, check it out. It's a great way to keep your kids' papers all together so their backpacks are loaded and you don't have to think about it. If you need help with the food stuff in the morning, check out the meal planning video. Those will both really help you. In addition, make sure that you check out the bedtime routine video because that's where I'm going to talk about making sure that you're getting enough sleep and how to actually make all of these things that make your mornings easier part of a different routine so that they become automatic habits, because that's the actual ultimate goal. All right. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I am all about helping you create the life that you have been dreaming of because you're amazing and you absolutely deserve it. Bye, everyone.